Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Welcome, Craig. How are you?
I have Craig Caulfield from Bank Warriors.
Thank you.
So I was just asking Craig, how are you?
Oh, good morning. Thank you very much. I'm good. Good morning to you and good morning to everybody here, shareholders online and in the room. ANZ is today facing into an unprecedented range of crises. Contrasting with the largely positive attributions and the sanitised failures that you and Shane spoke of, both regulators have deep and serious investigations on foot. Saying, I accept we didn't get everything right, or there's more to do, is not acknowledging the gravity and the seriousness of these investigations. APRA not only said ANZ failed to resolve serious cultural, governance and accountability reforms in 2019, but increased failures at ANZ meant APRA had to message the board with an additional $250 million capital reserve penalty. ASIC clearly was unhappy with ANZ's timeliness and cooperation, providing documents to the extent that the Federal Police conducted dawn raids on 4 ANZ premises. ANZ should now reflect on Westpac Chairman John McFarlane's letter to shareholders nearly 5 years ago in April 2020, noting that Westpac published their APRA report back then and ANZ didn't, and Westpac has subsequently outperformed ANZ for shareholders by some margin over this time. McFarlane said, "We have no tolerance for controllable negative surprises. There is no question we need to materially improve our management of non-financial risk." Westpac, then ANZ now, needs to reinvent itself. We need a cultural transformation. As Anna Bligh says, sunlight is the best disinfectant. 2 questions. Question 1. To demonstrate in a very real, palpable way that the board acts with integrity, accountability and transparency that you speak of, will you now publish, as I have asked at prior AGMs, for your currently concealed 2019 APRA report into cultural, governance and accountability failures in ANZ? And question 2, will you also commit to publishing all reviews, redactions where appropriate, from Oliver Wyman, Allens, Freehills and internal investigations? Will you be transparent to show your uplift in non-financial measures? Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. Can just start by clarifying, to my knowledge, ASIC have not raided ANZ premises, but in fact, on the contrary, we are very supportive and cooperating fully with ASIC in their work, and the board and the organisation feels very clearly that getting to the bottom of the issues associated with markets and some of those allegations is really important, and making sure we arm ASIC with whatever information they require.
If I said ASIC, I apologise, but it was the Federal Police.
Or indeed the Federal Police. I'm not aware of ANZ premises being raided by the Federal Police either. In terms of the questions you've asked, the 2019 report predates my time on the board, but my understanding from when I heard my predecessor ask a similar question was that we didn't want to release it because we were looking to protect some of the confidentiality of statements made within it. So I don't think it'd be appropriate for me to make commitments on that. In terms of Freehills and other reports in our investigations, look, Craig, we have to look after the best interest of the business. It could well be that there is legal action underway on those. So I don't want to make a commitment because it may not be in the best interests of shareholders and the bank to commit to disclosing everything that is in the Freehills or whatever reports. What I will commit to is that as we conclude the work with Oliver Wyman, we will provide a summary of what we understood to be the key findings, because I think it is important that people get a sense as to what we've learned. And in terms of non-financial risks generally, absolutely. We are very focused, as I mentioned earlier, on the 4 areas that I talked about, delivering our IAM Amplified program, embedding those behaviours, having identified our high-impact processes and being very cautious in how they're managed end-to-end, and having very enhanced and strong dashboards. that we will be able to update you on the progress on that. And you'll have a very visible sign because the regulator at some stage will be considering whether to remove these overlays.
A very visible sign would be being transparent with the reports. Now, you said in your comments then that we won't publish all. I'd said to you, it's fine to have some redactions in there. If a person is mentioned or someone's named that you don't want named, redact it. If there's a particular legal item that might have relevance to ANZ, take it out. But it's not sufficient to have a summary. We need that report published, and we need it published exactly like Westpac did, exactly like the Commonwealth Bank did, exactly like NAB did. And if we look to those three banks were all transparent, ANZ wasn't, and those three banks have outperformed financially by a long shot all of ANZ's results.
So, Craig, you're entitled to your view. My job is to act in the best interest of the bank and of our customers and shareholders, so I'll take your comments and feedback, but ultimately I'll make sure I do my job as well. Thank you.
Thank you.